It's 2024 and we're about to get this back rolling again. It has been such a wild ride. If you had a crazy 2023, let me know down below. Like type a 1 if you don't even want to tell the details, because mine was crazy.
This is a sensitive subject.
I think there's a lot of women that are ashamed and terrified to tell the world, let alone their own parents. There's an amount of guilt that you feel when you go through something like that. Yikes, yikes, and yikes again. You can't be present for anything unless you're present for yourself.
Because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
It has the juice.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That big fire. Yeah, she calling.
It has been 3 months. 3 months that I have been on this bench, 3 months of not creating content, 3 months of not editing, just completely dropping off of the face of the earth. And yes, my camera did break. I was screwed in that sense. However, there was a lot going on in the background that I didn't share with a lot of people. And it's taken a lot of introspection and deep thought about if this was something I wanted to share with my audience, but I felt like I needed to because I typically don't take a break this long. And that's insane for me. As you guys know, I need to express myself. I love creating content. It's really just about creating, and that's just who I've always been. So if you're brand new here and you're wondering, who the heck is this girl? I'm unsubscribing. What's happening? I forgot about her. Where's the reaction content? We're not going to go into reaction content yet. I just wanted to give a little background of where I've been and what's been going on, because 2023 was insane. Can you believe that it is 2024 right now? Because I can't. It took everything in me to really sit down and think about what this video was going to be. But regardless of that, this is just a sit down chit chat of what happened. Before my camera broke, I was actually pregnant. So I don't even know how to say that without it sounding insane, because if you have followed me on TikTok, you know that I was celibate for a very long time, if not 2 years. Then I did 1 year, and I was single for about 3 to 4 years. So I have always been the single talk girly. So randomly going through an unplanned pregnancy was one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me. I had to take that time to figure out what I was going to do. Now, for everybody that's ready to write congratulations, oh my gosh, you're going to be a mom, hold your horses, because that's not happening. I did have an abortion, and I did have to go through a lot of health situations and a lot of hormone changes and a lot of changes to my body. I'll add a clip here so you can see what my belly was looking like. And so it took everything in me to not tell the world what I was going through, but I just felt like I needed the privacy to be able to go through this in the right way without people kind of pressuring me to either keep the child or get rid of the child. Like, I really wanted it to be my decision. So that's number one. That's why I've been gone for 3 months plus, not creating content. It wasn't just because my camera broke, and I really want to be transparent about that, because I think there's a lot of women that are ashamed and terrified to tell the world, let alone their own parents, that they've either had an abortion or that they've gotten pregnant out of wedlock, whatever it could be. Everybody's situation is different. But for me, it was absolutely bollocks and something I absolutely was not expecting or thinking would happen. But if you followed me on TikTok, you would have saw a couple TikToks of my pregnancy, but I have not spoken about my abortion. I think a lot of people thought that I was still pregnant. Am still pregnant right now, but I'm not. I was just on the bench, guys. Like my sweater says, I was on the bench, and I was just really trying to prioritize my life and what I wanted that to look like, especially if I was going to go into motherhood. So content will be coming back. I will be creating more reaction videos as well as commentary videos, the compilations that I've done. But I do feel that the way I just kind of dropped off was just so unfair, because that's just really not something that I typically do. And it wasn't just my YouTube channel. Some of my closest friends, I wasn't able to be there for them last year, and that hurt me like hell. I missed one of my good friends' weddings because of the abortion. I missed a lot of really pivotal moments for other people because of what I was going through, not only health-wise, but also financially. So 2023 was one of those years where I just kept kind of pursuing and pushing myself to do more, which is why I moved to the UK and was just like, I just need a fresh start. I need a redo, and I need to figure out what the heck is going on with my life. I was impacted by the mass layoffs last year as well. More things that I just didn't really share with anyone because I was just so devastated and I didn't know how I was going to get out of that personally. And so when I got laid off, it was just like playing a game of hide and seek. Honestly, there were so many people that were trying to figure out, well, what's going on, and like, why are you this way, and why are you moving, and what are you going to do, and just all these things kept piling up and piling up and piling up. And what's really interesting is I've really come to the terms that you really can't be present for anyone or anything, whether that is your family, people's lives. You can't be present for anything unless you're present for yourself. And so I'm finally in a place of a little bit of stability where I've gotten my health back. I have gone through a lot of introspection. Like I said, I don't believe people realize how much an abortion can impact your mental health, especially if it's something that you weren't too like 100% sure if you wanted to do or not. But I apologize. I know I've been gone for so long and I really didn't have too much to say. I really wasn't on here. I really wasn't on any platforms doing the whole Merry Christmas or keeping up with things, Thanksgiving. Like, there were so many things that were happening just within my own personal life that made it almost impossible to even think about doing YouTube, let alone thinking about creating content. And now that I'm in the swing of things and I feel like I am in a better place to do that, I wanted to be as transparent as possible. And I'm sure there is a lot of people that can judge me for having that abortion, let alone just disappearing. But I just felt that that was something that I needed to do for myself to really regain who I believe I want to be in this moment, and not necessarily jump myself into a completely different lifestyle or structure of living just because of something that was unplanned. And it really was a hard decision, you guys. Like, it actually scares me thinking that I could be a mom just in a couple months right now. And that is mind-blowing to me. But I know that that was just something that just was wrong timing. It wasn't the right time. And there's an amount of guilt that you feel when you go through something like that. And there were so many people that told me, like, you know, you can just say you had a miscarriage. Like, you don't have to tell people you had an abortion, and you don't have to bring people into that part of your life and all of these things. But I remember one day just going through so many YouTube videos and hearing about abortions that other people went through, not even just abortions, but miscarriages, or maybe just lost their baby, stuff like that. And it just kind of put so much in perspective to where I felt really grateful to be able to even be in this time frame where I could hear other women talk about this openly. And I don't really want to be the person to remove myself from that arena. So that's why I'm being so open about it now. But I just had to get everything back in order. As of right now, I am still in London, UK. So that's why I have this hat on. I literally am freezing. Well, the heater's next to me, but it's cold here. And so that's why I had the hat on, just to keep myself a little bit more warm. But I wanted to kind of give you guys the floor and let me know what you want me to react to next. I definitely don't know what the hell is going on with Colin Ballinger. I'll be honest with you. I have been keeping up with Foodie Beauty, but I think that's just like a weird, twisted obsession because I don't know how that woman gets the claws of people to be involved in her community. But I have been keeping up a little bit with that, not within the last 2 weeks though. But with that being said, I think the next video is going to be about Colin Ballinger, and I definitely want to talk about Cat Williams. I haven't watched the entire interview, but I have seen clips on TikTok that were really like, whoa, I need to watch this interview, you know what I mean? So if you guys know anything about that, definitely leave comments below and let me know your thoughts on it. And then huge shout out to Barbecue Chicken. I spoke with Barbecue throughout my entire pregnancy. I talked with her about just what I was going through mentally, as well as what I was going to do, if I was going to keep the baby, not keep the baby. She always checked up on me. She messaged me around Thanksgiving when I was like super depressed and just not even in the place to speak. And I just really want to give her a huge shout out for that, because even though we've never met in person and we're really just like YouTube friends, obviously she has a YouTube channel, I have a YouTube channel, that was something that was so important to me, because there were just so many people that just didn't know anything I was going through, and they just didn't necessarily care, or they just hadn't been through it themselves. Maybe they just never had a child, right? So they couldn't really relate to me on that level. And she did. And I just want to give her a huge shout out. I will link her channel down below if you don't know who Barbecue Chicken is. She does content on Foodie Beauty. Literally such an amazing soul. And I just want to say thank you publicly to her, because there was so much that I was going through that I just didn't know how to really process. And she really helped me through that just by being there and speaking with me. So your girl is back. I'm here to stay, and we will be continuing content. Now, I know I lost subscribers, which obviously is extremely normal, even for me. When I'm subscribed to a channel and they just stop uploading, I typically unsubscribe. So that is no sweat or tear here, just because I have been gone for so long. But I do obviously want you guys' help. Let me know what is going on in these YouTube streets, because I'm going to be going through that little rabbit hole in the next video with Colin Ballinger, because
This is a sensitive subject.
How about I eat you for dinner?
No,
Why not? I'm gonna eat you.
because my mommy wants me really bad.
Because your mommy wants you?
Yeah.
Your mommy wants to eat you?
Nope.
yikes, yikes, and yikes again. Girl, the fact that, you know what, let me not even get into it. I will see you in that video. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you want like a more in-depth story time of what I went through, how I got pregnant, how the process was, what happened, the pain, like stuff like that, let me know. I wouldn't mind creating a video on that, but it isn't something I'm just gonna do unless there's other people that really want to know what that experience was like, especially in a different country. As you guys know, I used to live in Texas, and in Texas, it's a big no-no to get an abortion. You cannot do that. It is illegal. So I did have to do that here in the UK, which was really different and something I wasn't expecting to be as seamless as it was compared to just stories I've heard throughout the years. But yeah, guys, so that's what happened. I love you guys so much. Happy freaking New Year. It's 2024 and we're about to get this back rolling again. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, if you are brand new here, hello. Sorry, I just like dropped a whole bunch of like ridiculous story time trauma on you. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, let me know if you've been through anything like this before, because I have never been through an unplanned pregnancy, let alone an abortion. So it was definitely something that was insane for me, and it really took a lot of who I see myself in day in and day out. So I want to make sure that that is something that I'm also contributing in when it comes to the communities that need that help as well as that support. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I will see y'all all in the next video, which will be about Colin Ballinger. I definitely need to hop back into that. I don't know what's going on, but apparently she has addressed her cancellation. So I want to hear what she has to say. Should I say I want to hear the song? I don't know if she sings or not, but I'm just assuming that she does at this point. Thank you so much for listening. And I can't wait to start creating content again. I miss it. I actually miss editing. How weird is that? Like, I miss video editing. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm off the bench. We're getting off the bench. We're done. And we're back in full force. I will see y'all all in the next one. Bye.
Is there more?